Who dies if they don't have sex for a year?
Oh, is it Russell Brand? Yeah, you were.
He so doesn't begin with a J. Jo Brand does, but she may die.
No, it's 2 years before Jo Brand dies.
Yeah, exactly.
I suspect it's not a human.
Correctly, Correctington.
It's something...
An animal with...
It is from the animal.
I actually conducted an experiment many years ago to see if you could survive a year around. And I'm happy to tell you that, yes, you can.
I was worried your experiment was going to be that you'd had sex with a variety of animals.
It wasn't clear to me that it was you. It sounded to me like you had someone in a room locked up for a year just to see if they would die without sex.
They were the control.
They were the control. Yeah.
Well, you were freely roaming.
Yes. Yeah. And as it turned out, neither of us had sex.
No.
Could you not have saved each other by having sex with one another?
I think if you put someone in a room and then you have sex with them, that's a crime.
Oh. So it's an animal and it's going to begin with J.
Well, yes, though the species of animal doesn't begin with J.
Right.
It's just the particular gender begins with a J. It's a furry mammal, often kept as a pet. Okay. And the male...
Dog, rabbit, hamster, gerbil.
Cat.
You're in the... No, with the...
Gerbil.
Guinea pig.
Closer with gerbil.
Is it...
A ferret.
A ferret.
Ferret.
Now, what's a male ferret called?
Jeff.
He might be. They begin with H. They're called a hob.
A hob?
But a female is
Is
called
it a Jenny?
Not a Jenny, but it might as well be, almost.
A Julia.
Jennifer.
No.
A June. Judy.
A
Jolene. It's not Jolene. That would be so pleasing.
Jane.
No, it's a Jill.
How do we not get Jill?
A hob and a Jill. Who knows why these...
Hob and a Jill.
Yeah, these are medieval
go.
assignations. It's extraordinary, isn't
Sounds
it?
like a dance.
And what happens on... is it literally on day 365 they just explode?
Well, in
It's a leap year! Come on!
In midsummer, they become estrus. They're on heat.
Right.
The poor Jill, the poor female ferret...
Jill Ferret.
Jill Ferret, yeah. And if she doesn't have sex, she carries on producing estrogen. She gets aplastic anemia and dies.
So she
she's gotta
basically
have sex.
boils to death of heat?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, so
And
what
gets
you have to do
tiny.
if you have a pet female ferret is either spay her...
Yes, I was going to say, yeah.
It would be the ultimate sacrifice. Find a hob for her.
Find a hob for you.
And then cook her on the...
You can give injections. You can give injections.
It's easier to have sex with them, really.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's going to take away some of the pride in the conquest from the male ferret, you know, towards the end of the summer.
The male ferret is very ferocious. They have a hooked penis.
Yes, do they have a bone in there?
They don't like a badger. It's a good thing.
Or a
It's
bear.
a hook, really. So it's up to the male then to unhook himself when he's satisfied. He also bites the back of the neck of
Sounds
the female.
like fun.
Sounds like Russell Brand.
Come here, love.
So, yeah, there's your ferret. And it comes from the Latin feruto, which means...
Have sex with me or die.
It means, actually, little thief. Yeah, they're always nicking things.
That ferret looks very sweet there and doesn't look like the sort of ferret that would hook you with a bone in its penis.
But
that's how they get you in,
bite
isn't
the back
it?
of your neck.
Well,
Exactly.
they get you with the eyes, the soft eyes.
Yeah, they look so
Then
lovable.
comes the boomerang cock. Apparently flatworms fight with their penises like swords.
Really?
And the one that loses gets stabbed and becomes a girl.
Brilliant system.
So they do these fights. They've both got penises. Fight, 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 fight. Ah! And it's like fencing. But when the rapier goes in, it becomes a lady and has to give birth.
But that's win-win for the victorious one because they win and then they get to have a shag.
Yeah.
With the newly formed female.
Whereas the loser gets hurt and then suddenly develops breasts.
And violated.
Feels violated and then has a baby.
Let's not get all women's lib about
Yeah,
this.
let's leave that.
Anyway,